me looking out the window is very nice, isn't it? Oh, look at that. It's a horse, isn't it? Yep, most definitely it's a horse. Welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Guides of the Strange Households. Okay? Now, in this episode today, we're actually going to see, you actually see that I'm in creative, or survival here, and I'm going to change my game mode here to creative here. And now we're going to go ahead and go up into this very, very first room. Okay? What you're going to do is that wherever there is no hallways, okay? Wherever there is no hallways, you're going to put windows there. So we're going to go ahead and place these here. So we're going to place windows on this side personally. So we're going to go ahead and, since we have the item already in our hands here, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. And place that in there. And if you make a mistake, bring your block of choice in your hands. So you have them right here. Okay? Now the next thing is we're going to leave this wall here alone. Okay? And then we're going to go over here and actually remove that and this here. Okay? And then what you're going to do is actually put glass panes into the frame so that the pane is sitting there. Okay? Now, you're going to go ahead and do this the same way. So that the pane is sitting there so it looks like that once it's ready. Okay? Moving on. And if I'm doing this too quick for you, again, you can pause this and just catch up. Like ketchup and relish. Alright. So, here we go. Alright, so like I said, do the same process and do it for all these spots here, except for the front sides. So I'm gonna show you why I said not the front side. Okay? Now, since we're already in the front already, so since you have the window over there, you're gonna do it on this side only, right here. So you're gonna place the window there. Bam. Now, you're just gonna leave this alone. Okay? If you decide to put a window here, I would say just put just one square. Just that. So you can see what's in front and you can see your machine there or your lighting system there. But no one else would know that unless you just leave that alone. Once they're inside here, they won't know, like, when does your light come on? Well, just wait until later, and you'll see why. Believe me, once it starts to get nighttime, which is a while away yet, so we're going to go ahead and go down here into this big square, or the rectangle box here. And of course the sun is actually straight up from us. So we're going to go ahead and go out and see it. Bam. Right there. Okay. Now, this is how the code system would work. So since you guys have your code system ready and set up the way you want it, hit the switches. Oh yeah, I had that on. So, basically what it is that you gotta have all these switches turned off so that each one is basically your code. But if your code is different than I am, then all you have to do is only deactivate the ones that you have by memory. I have just basically a simple code, 1 through 5, or 5 through 1. So if your code is different than I am, I would use it so that no one will ever figure out your code unless you tell them how to get inside. but you gotta have a figure out a way to basically somehow deactivate that so that you can close your door, or you can go inside and once you figure out what code you want to use, the more you have the more switches you have, the more secure it is. Okay? So, if you want to prevent your people of getting inside, I would say that you would build a wall here, which I'm going to show you here. This is more a secured type of way where you can actually have the switch on the inside and pull it down so nothing gets inside. In that way. So then I would just leave one block space so that they have a way to get up one area. So we're going to go ahead and go up one more. And then we're going to go ahead and place the blocks in place. Okay, now since you've done that, now bring out your iron door here. You don't need any redstone or anything for this. You just place the door there, and basically your lever. This is actually required so that you can actually have it open at all times, and then you can just close it. And then all you have to do is just, if you're doing this in co-op and you're trying to figure out how to have your co-op player try to have them come in, just tell them your code secretly so that they won't, so that if people are watching how you're doing this, so that no one will know the actual code. Okay, so then I'm just going to go ahead and close it just for now. Because you never know what could happen. Especially monsters. If you have the monsters enabled in this game, or in the Minecraft here, you probably would die just by doing this. But just be careful. If you have skeletons coming up in this little squarey area, they will have access to the ladder. So then either way, if you try to outrun them, they'll still try to get you. No matter how far you are, no matter where you're at, they'll still get you. So you want to make sure you have that disabled in any way. But if you want to risk the hearts that you have, go for it. Be my guest. Alright? Now, the next thing we're going to do is actually going to go ahead and put these items in our inventory here. Then what we're going to do, see, it's starting, I think it's starting to get nighttime here. And indeed it is, so be on a watchful eye when the lights do come on. Okay? I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Okay? Now, the next thing we are going to do is actually have a way of getting items to and fro. Okay? If you're wondering what that meant, you'll see why. Alright? So let's say you want a item traveled back and forth to this area and have it go back down. How are you going to do that is the question. Well, there is a way, actually, as a matter of fact. There is a way, actually. So what we're going to do is, there's only one thing I could say as of right now, but since I have so many other items in the chest alone, which is the Ender's chest, you can use this to have it travel pretty much anywhere you want the item to go to. So what I'm saying is that you place it, the same items you placed in it will be there at all times. So here's the light. Bing. Okay. Now, the crafting table, and we're going to need a furnace, we're going to need a brewing stand, and a chapman table. Okay? It's the only items you need. Crafting table, will be placed here, and your furnace will be placed here. And then we're going to place a counter right here once we get to the chance of that. Now in here, we're going to place a brewing stand in this corner, and then we're going to put some chests up in here with the items that is required for it. Okay. Now up in here is going to be the enchantment table. And now we're going to go ahead and place that up in this corner here. And we're going to place bookcases right here. Just 2 of them sitting right here. Okay. Now in this room, it's just your entrance. Your entry. So then you would have to go travel through all these hallways just to get to a certain one. But if you want to go to the brewing stand, you would have to travel 2 hallways here just to get to it. Right here, pretty much. Okay? Now, here we go. Now, if you want the crafting table down here, I will get another one just to be on the safe side. And then you could just place it right here. Now, to make more light up in here, since this is just its own lighting, I would say put a redstone lamp right here. And then what you're going to do is put a lever underneath and power it. Okay, so you can see what you're doing. In this corner, however, you're just going to leave that out with a lighting system or any lighting structure. In this corner, you're going to go ahead and put a lamp there, and you're going to put a lamp here. Lever underneath, power it, and then this here, power it. Or you can just leave the actual switches outside, which anybody could turn it off and on, which means that you will have a hard time leaving it alone. Okay? So that's why I did the switches inside, so you have a way of controlling it yourself. Okay? Now, in the daytime, once the lights do go out, we're going to place a lamp right here so that it's lit, so that once the daytime comes, power it on so you have it a routine, so that you won't have a way of not knowing where everything is. So we're going to go ahead and power that off. And then once I get down, I'm going to power off the ones down there. I'm going to put a lamp here, put a switch here, leave it alone, then come over here, lamp in this corner, switch there, leave it alone, and then again, finally, this area, put a lamp here and here, and put a switch, well, there or there, doesn't matter, as long as it's within a block radius between it. Okay. Now, we're going to come down here. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and power these off. But like I said, you can use these as a way of seeing what you're doing in any way. Okay. Now, since you have a kitchen already made, it's just that it's not ready yet. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Actually, we're going to go ahead and get that right now. We're going to go ahead and get any slab of your choice. Since I did cobblestone, I'm going to go ahead and get cobblestone slab as my choice. Now, if you did this in wood, you would have to use the same wood as your choice. If you did this in any harder block than like iron, you would have to use quartz slab just to somewhat match it. If you did let's see. If you did a house with another brick block, which I'm gonna find it here, right here. Another brick. Let's say you made your house out of that. Then I would say another brick slab in that matter. Now, if you did your house in cobblestone or stone bricks, you would do either one. If you did bricks, you would do that as well. So basically, the block of your choice, you have to somehow match it in any way. So since I did cobblestone as my walls, we're going to go ahead and match it with the surfaces here. And I'm just going to go ahead and do it just like that. That's my kitchen. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and put that in our slot there. Since I'm running out of inventory here, don't worry, I can get rid of some items here. Since I used iron as my doorway, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these items, since I don't really need them. Now, the next thing you're going to do is actually get a chest here. And then come into this room here where the brewing stand is. Wherever your brewing stand is, that you would put the chest in that area. So large chest here and a large chest here. Okay, so you have a little room of walking through here just to get to the machine itself. Now, the brewing stand will not work unless you have a fuel type in it, which I'm going to show you here what I'm talking about. Okay. Alright, blaze powder. 1 stack of those. If you're doing it in creative, go ahead and put that, but not in this slot like I did. So when it does go in there, you're going to go ahead and put it in the fuel section. Okay? So that one of the blaze powders will go into the machine so that it's ready to go. Okay? Now, since the machine is now ready, officially going, now, the next thing you're going to do is go ahead and, in this chest, the items following. Golden carrot, full stack. Pufferfish, maxed out stack. Spider's eye. Gas tier. Fermented spider's eye. Blaze powder. Magma cream. Glistering melon. And rabbit's foot. Since we don't have enough room to do more of that, so we're going to go ahead and... Can I grab that, please? Thanks. Alright, golden carrot. All this stuff that you collected is going into the chest. Now, there are more other items that you need. Okay? Redstone. Glowstone. And if you choose to do splash potions, gunpowder is best. Nether wart. Now, if you run out of blaze powders of any kind of way, blaze rod. And I think I covered pretty much all the ingredients that you're definitely going to need in any way. Okay? Place all items inside so that you have all the items you definitely need. Okay? Alright? So now, alright, so now in here, you're definitely going to place 1 stack of glass bottles. Okay? Now, you could get glass bottles if you have a world just like this, the way I have it. Or if you have the world that is in super flat world, I would get the glass bottles just be on the safe side. Somehow. Gotta figure that out, actually, somehow. Anyway. Now, since we have the brewing stand ready to go, now here's the thing. How are you gonna get the water? Good question. Well, this would mean that you would have to come out of this home here, and I'm going to show you a better way of getting your water source in any way, so that you won't have to go as far. So we're going to go ahead and open this here, go down, and then go ahead and okay, so that is, there we go. Alright. Now, we're going to go ahead and build us a nice well. Very unique to itself, so nothing happens on the inside. So if something gets stuck, all you have to do is just get it out. No problem. But this is the only way I could say is best. So I'm going to go ahead and dig down 2 layers. Okay? Then the next thing you're going to do is actually fill it with water. Okay? And then again, you're going to do this again. Do this in 2 layers. And then you're going to go ahead and get out quickly if you're doing it in survival. And if you're doing this in creative, you don't have a worry. So, now, next thing you're going to go ahead and do is grab the block of your choice of any kind. But since I use chiseled stone bricks here, I'm going to make it more unique in any way. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and try to fill this here. Alright, there. Now we're going to go ahead and you got to do this quick, or otherwise the water will travel like you've seen how it did. So now, since you did that, now we're going to put these up one in the corners. Okay. Now, the next thing you definitely are going to need is any type of fence of your choice. I'm going to choose nether brick fence since it's going to look cool the way I'm going to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and place those on these tops here. Well, now there is not where I want it. Right there. And then you're going to do it one more time. And then you're going to use your block of choice, placing it carefully on top. Hold on 1 second. The counters? No. Sorry about that. So we're going to go ahead and finish off the well here that we're building here. And we're going to fill this in a 4x4 of your block of your choice. So it's going to look just like a well, but except this well ain't finished yet. This ain't finished. So we're going to go ahead and put a block of our choice here. Major distractions. I hate them. I hate them. Major distractions. I hate them. Alright. So since you built the well like so, and now the next thing you're going to do is prevent anything going into the well, which is the major part of this, is that you're going to put a fence around this, except one little section here, and that is going to be a fenced gate. Now, since they don't have another brick fence gate, I would say dark oak fence gate, just to kind of mask it out a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and open and see that you have your well ready to go. It's just now any mob that tries to go inside the well, they can't. So we're going to go ahead and get our code system going here. Bang. Now we're going to go ahead and go inside here. And boom. Close that off so that if any other monsters or any animals that try to get inside. So we're going to go ahead and leave those lights there turned off for now, since it's giving us enough vibe of anyway. So since you guys seen that we built a well, so that is very close by, so you don't really have to do a search for water, since as you can see where I placed my cube strange home here, that it's near some water. So either way, you'll be doing a little bit of walking distance just to get to that. So that's why I did a well right next to it, so that you don't have to go as far. But if you are in an area where there is no water so whatsoever, then the well is best for you to build in any way. Okay? Now, since we're almost done here with the construction stuff up in here, so we're going to go ahead and place the items that we used in our inventory, and later we will be getting rid of them in any way. So, now, the next thing you're going to get is bookshelves. And if you have one bookshelf, you need to get 2 of them. So you want to make 2 recipes of the same item, which means that you need 12 books and 6 pieces of wood. So, that's all the items you would need to make 2 bookcases. And they are going to be placed right here. Okay? But unfortunately, it's... Oh, there it goes. I was like, is it going to do it? It's like, it does. It's just not as powerful. Alright. Now, so we're going to go ahead and just leave it as it is. And now, since we have a nice little bookcase here with a book here, which is not very powerful as it is, so then we're going to go ahead and place a chest up in here. And placing your requirement of using the enchantment table here. So we're going to go ahead and get 2 stacks of lapis lazuli. Since it's going to be requiring 1 to 3 of those, depending on what you use it with. So then you would put 2 stacks of lapis lazuli up in the chest here if you're doing this in creative in any way. So now the next area is pretty simple. Just leave it as it is because it's going to be your entrance getting into the major rooms that's up in here. So now we're going to go ahead and go down. Now here's the next thing we're going to go ahead and do. So we're going to go ahead and place some chests up in here. Large chest there. Large chest there. And I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then we're just going to go ahead and put bookcases here. Now, we're going to go ahead and remove that. And you probably have an idea what's going to be up inside here. So we're going to go ahead and place it there if you have an idea of what it is. So, we're going to go ahead, place, what is it? Does anybody know? The enchantment table. Since this is more powerful, so we're going to actually put the enchantment table here and leave the one up there. Since you don't really have to do a whole lot up there, but your actual requirements is up in that enchantment room. So we're going to actually have you try to figure out which one you really want to use, and then you can go ahead and go for it. So, now, we're going to make the kitchen. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and remove that, since it's going to be a nice little, nifty little area here. That is going to be a nice little kitchen here. So we're going to go ahead and use that here. Okay, and then we're going to actually remove this one here and get a furnace here so that it sits there. And then in order to see what you're doing here in this little nice little counter here, so we're going to go ahead and place that there, and it's going to autosave here. Alright. Now, since you made a nice countertop of your block of your slab of your choice, and a crafting table here so that you can place anything on the counter here, like food wise, like cakes for example. Or if you want to make a flower pot, You could place it up here on the counter or place it somewhere where you can actually see it every day in the game, pretty much. So, now, since you've done that, now, here's the thing. Where's the dining room? There's going to be a separate, there's going to be a part 3 for this, okay? Since I'm getting close to almost out of time here, so, not really good. So, since we're almost out of time here, and, you might see part 3 tomorrow at some time. If you see part 3 tonight, then you know that I'm still around. But if you don't see one, I am actually taking a break. And then you'll be expecting these videos more likely going to show up more after, like, I would say 3 o'clock every evening. Because I'm trying to make sure I'm doing a routine so that each day goes by, I'll make at least 2 to 3 videos in one day. Try to, at least. I try, in any way. Because I'm trying to make it as a routine anyway, so that I just get somewhere where I need to be. So, now, unfortunately, that is going to be it. So since we did a whole lot up in here, now you can probably bring up your food and you can probably be safe a lot safer in any way. And then I'll tell you how to get to your bedroom in any way where that where you would have to build it so that it's a little safer. So that the higher it is, the easier it is at night for you to sleep. Okay? Now, since that is going to be it for this video, so if you like this video, please leave a like and a comment, and I'll catch you guys later. I'm your host, Survival Man 1. Peace out.